Okay, so this tank would be at what's called biological capacity. Now, what I mean by biological capacity is that Mother Nature says you are allowed to keep a certain amount of fish in a certain environment with a certain amount of food and a certain amount of filtration and a certain amount of maintenance and a certain amount of oxygen. And if you go putting in more fish and you break Mother Nature's capacity, then you have to lose some fish. You cannot have a tank without losing the odd fish, because that's the way evolution works, that's how life works. So if you get to a point like this where all the fish are freely swimming around and they're all happy and they're all integrating, then in this situation, I'm not going to recommend any more fish. I would absolutely keep these fish, and I would be aware that as the fish grow, you have to lose some, because as fish grow, fish emit pheromones and phenols, and then eventually you will lose the odd fish. If you see aggressive behavior like Mr. Elongatus here, I would consider the idea of getting rid of him. While he's still only little and while he's just giving everyone a chase, it's not the end of the world. But if this behavior gets worse, and if you see him making the other fish stress, then, or if he's making you stress, then you might want to think about getting rid of him. Because just be aware that this tank here has some fish that get a decent size. And this tank isn't going to accommodate all these fish. So over time, as fish grow, if you get rid of ones you don't like, get rid of ones that are misbehaving, and the odd fish is going to die. So that's just natural. And also just be aware that the natural life of most of these fish is sort of 4 to 7 years. Now, you can definitely hear stories of people getting more, but as an average, that's sort of a fairly normal, realistic life. So long and short of it, this tank looks absolutely fabulous. The fish look great. They do need fattening up a little bit. They're a bit on the skinny side, but a little bit more regular water changes wouldn't hurt to get that phosphate down. A little bit more attention to water quality in reference to getting your KH up a bit wouldn't hurt. But the long and short of this is a very beautiful tank, and it's serving its purpose very beautifully.